And hello once again, baseball fans. I'm back after a month-and-a-half long hiatus. I've decided to abandon the live stream thing for now because not very many people are showing up there. And so here we are back with the March to October walkthrough with the Los Angeles Dodgers, who of course, as I'm sure you all know, had a real-life surprise upset at the hands of the Washington Nationals, who are now in the World Series for the first time ever. But here in MLB The Show, the Dodgers are still alive, and we're going to play in the NLCS against the surprise Cincinnati Reds. And as you can see, this one gives us a 1-0 lead entering the top of the 5th inning. And Kershaw's on the mound. That whole playoff thing isn't going to, hopefully doesn't apply here. And I'm going to turn commentary on. Oh wait, no, that's gameplay. Let's see, presentation. Is that it? No, that's not it either. Audio video. Here we go. Let's see. TV broadcast. Alright. Here we go. I'm assuming she's talking about the Dodgers. I think. I honestly don't even remember if I swept them in that. So we got Scooter net. And I think he's about to be 1 for 2. Yes. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Is it too early to be playing or to be counting down the outs yet? Maybe. Yeah, it probably is. It's a video, but it's a video game, so who cares? 28 years old. He was taken in the 10th round back in the 2009 MLB. You know, it's funny because when I played Diamond Dynasty in ranked seasons, I've decided, you know, to get into the ranked seasons more. I've played 5, maybe 6 games in the past few days, and I keep drawing Kershaw. I keep winning with Kershaw. He's only allowed 2 runs in those 3 starts. He's pitched 2. And the other game he pitched, I ended up winning in 11 innings. But you know, I had bought the signature Kluber and signature Greinke off the market. You know, they're 2 high-end starters, plus they're cards I could maybe just lock in for the Wagner collection. But I bought them so that I could pitch with or play with them. And hold up, I gotta switch to directional hit, no, to zone hitting. I think I might have been. I was playing doing unlocking the finest moments, and that's gonna drop in for a base hit. And what was I gonna say? Oh yes, locking in cards for Wagner. I keep drawing got a couple pitchers, and I haven't gotten really. I've only gotten 1 game with Kluber and 1 game with Greinke, and was very disappointed there because those were also the 2 games I lost. This pitch is popped up. Shading to his right, 1 out. I also bought signature Molina because I like the Cardinals and I wanted to quote-unquote celebrate the win over Atlanta in the divisional series. Yes. That went over real well. And this is in the air down the left field line. It doesn't hit that well for me, so I think there's a chance I might need to buy another catcher. So if anybody If anybody who's watching this has any recommendations in the comments section, by all means tell me. And that's going to get by all the way to the... Yeah, and we'll let him score. Boom. That's how you do it, son. Actually, that... You know, the fact that the other guy, that the left fielder totally messed that up is irrelevant. That's just... Wait, is that gonna be a home run? Hey, there we go. That's really what I'm talking about. So yeah, but Molina and that Robin Young card from the events, I've tried running them as my shortstop or my catcher and shortstop respectively since the past few days, and they just, I don't know, it just seems like they're just almost automatic outs for me. Oh, is that another one? Yes, it is! That's 5-0. Okay, now I down the outs. Boom. Another base hit. Well, he says, can't believe he stuck with him as long as he did. Oh, yeah, a left fielder would be nice, too, because, you know, I ended up picking Ted Williams as eighth inning boss, and, you know, even though he is clearly, at least based on my experiences, clearly the best bat in the game, maybe the best pure hitter in the game, or of any card that's in the game, I'm just starting to think he's too much of a liability out in left field to, I mean, there's a couple of times where, this is where he just jogged over and doesn't make the catch, or just sticks his glove up in the wrong place and the ball drops. I mean, I don't know what Ted Williams' defensive numbers were in his career, but I have to imagine that those are pretty much routine plays, and I just can't imagine that Ted was that much of a liability in the outfield. I'm guessing. But who knows? I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. Some people claim that it would be the first time I ever admitted I was wrong. But that's two completely different things. And here's, who's this? Is this, okay, Suarez, the new finest card that was revealed today for the fan selection for the Reds. And let me just say that if you ask me, that card art this year is just great. I love it. So one of the things I'm really glad about is that there are finest cards this year, because just if for no other reason. If can we get him at third? No. If for no other reason but the fact that, wait a minute, how on earth did that happen? Oh well, whatever. It's still 5-1. Oh jeez. It's just. What am I playing online here? Who's this? Shabler. Alright, no messing around, just get this out. Okay, that should be it. And it is. But finest card art this year is incredible. The best, the best it's ever been in the 3 years that they've been doing the finest program, and it's not even close. In fact, and some people will say, they're probably 47, having 47 card arts between each of the fan vote, between all the fan vote for all 30 teams. The we're definitely trying to stretch this, and we're getting it. That the finest card. I lost my train of thought again. Oh yeah. That between each of the fan votes and of course the locks, some people might say that's way too many already, but there were some really tough teams to vote for. Like having to choose between a finest Arenado and a finest Trevor Story for the Rockies was one example, or finest Lindor again. Finest Lindor I think was really an obvious choice, but the idea of a finest Santana would have been really nice too. Another switch-hitting first baseman with power. We've got Eddie Murray, and I think do we have somebody else? Is there another switch hitter for first base? Not really sure. Let's see who is. There's Bagwell, there's Gehrig, those are all. None of them were switch hitters. Oh, Josh Bell. He's getting the finest card. So, apology to anybody who spent 250,000 stubs to get his Player of the Month card. For the record, Marte. So, not my fault. Let's see. Should I leave Kershaw in to pitch another inning? 80 pitches. Yeah, you know what? I might be tempted to just do this old school and let him pitch a complete game. When was the last time that happened in a playoff game? Has it happened this year? I don't think it has. Don't remember the last time it's happened, because they almost always go to the bullpen just like that. But there's another base hit, and Justin Turner, he was my vote for the finest card, because I did that because for the postseason event, he was a guy I had in mind that I would have wanted to use had the Dodgers advanced. But then when the Nationals came back and won, I went out and got Signature Series Zimmerman, and he promptly became my MVP of the LCS event. I think I've used him exclusively in online play, and he hit like 400 for me. Those runners are moving up. Just should have stayed there. I would have much rather swung with Bellinger than. Oh well, this is Peterson. He says he's obviously got good numbers against righties. So yeah, in the comments section, what finest card are you most excited about, if any? says the one I was most excited about voting for was Finest Lindor, and I can't help but assume that he won. If he did, he's becoming my endgame shortstop. Although, I might give a Signature Series Ramirez a chance in the, oh boy, is that another home run? Grand slam! Boom! Alright, I think if I do any future games for this, it's definitely going to be on, definitely playing this on All-Star difficulty, because Veteran is just too easy. Some people say that All-Star is too easy as well, but oh well. 2 away. Let's see, wait, who was that? Oh, was that Pollock? Now, Pollock is another one. He was a... It says, I unlocked his Tops Now. It says, he was one of the cards I earned from... I ended up winning his Tops Now card in the vouchers, in the voucher exchange. And, well... He was another card I wanted to use, and now promptly never got to use. Because by the time I... by the time I pulled him, I had already won the, I had already got enough wins, gotten the 4 vouchers, so I didn't really think there was any reason to play any more event games, and obviously, I have a lot of better options in left field for ranked seasons play. So of course, you know, sometime soon I'm probably gonna put together a wish list video for what I would like to see in MLB The Show 20, and one of the things I'm gonna talk about is the include ways to get better use out of, or to game modes where you use, you know, where you have incentive to use lesser a non-endgame squad. Because if you think about it, the way the Tops Now and the Player of the Month packs work, Player of the Month cards work, they're just cards that you just, by this, even in the first month, there's usually something out there that's already better than that. I mean, I honestly don't know how, or even if SDS, or if SDS can better execute it, but I feel like I'm not a very original. But then again, I was never really one for originality, so I don't have any ideas of my own. I don't know if anybody else has something they'd like to say, go ahead. Because I like listening to other people's ideas too. Who knows? I might just include if I like your idea enough, I might include it in my wishlist video and give you credit for it. Trying to get this to the 9th inning. Alright, let's go. Let's get this thing over with. Right. Says, how on earth did he make contact with that? Is that gonna be a... And for probably the first time ever, I am honestly not upset that he made that catch. Well, who's the left fielder anyway? Kemp. Okay, just wanted to make sure that he got the throw off before. Let's see. No, gotta get the Reds. Let's see. Yeah, like with 42 fielding is supposed to make that catch. Yeah, right. But for like the first time in I don't even know when, I'm actually not angry that he caught it. I mean, if this was a moment I needed to get a certain type of hit, or if it was some sort of online play, and I'm recording or streaming or anything like that, I would be so raging at that moment. No pun intended. Missed strike 2. Down to last out. Can we finish this in 99 pitches? No. Let's see, this will be pitch number 100, and look at that strike percentage. It'll be either 80, 81 or 82%. Nobody throws that. That is why this. There we go. That is efficiency. Or not. Whatever. It's a win. Now it's time for game 2. And let's see what scenario they give me for that. Meaningless momentum. Win for commanding 2-0 series lead. 6th inning. Okay, yeah, I did get the sweep in the last game. What's this? Bueller. Not really a fan of his windup in this. Or maybe that's just because when I played games against the CPU to get team affinity innings, it just felt like his windup was too long. It's just, you don't want to sit there and wait for that. You just want them rapid fire. Boom. Whoop, 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 whoop.
7-game series, but there was no self-congratulations going on in the clubhouse before this Game 2 matchup. These guys feel like they need to approach every game like it's a decisive game. And as one player told me, winning yesterday doesn't do anything for us today. So it sounds like this team is pretty locked in on the task at hand, guys.
The other thing I don't like about thing I'm not a fan of with Walker Bueller is his pitch selection. I mean, he's got a. I'm just never been a fan of pitchers that don't have at least a changeup in their arsenal, and he obviously doesn't. That and two-seam fastballs are just useless in online play, and cutters. Don't even get me started on cutters. As much as he deserves to be in this game, since he was a Hall of Famer, I don't think Mariano Rivera would. I just know I could not pitch well with Rivera because his best pitch was the cutter. Was obviously the cutter, and I just can't use the cutter. It's like a dead pitch. Ha! Plesac said his line. As soon as he said it, I had to wait until he was finished. You're right, Dan. I have stepped in a big old bucket of sassy. One thing that this game does needs an overhaul in is the commentary section, just because of the fact that I mean, it gets really annoying when both Vescursion and Plesac, always call Mark DeRosa D-Row and just other repetitiveness. But every time Plesac brings up the bucket of sassy line, I just but laugh. And somebody who's on Reddit made a Diamond Dynasty logo for the big old bucket of sassy. It's basically based off like the KFC bucket. Let's see, do I have any? I mean, not that I'm gonna put them in just yet, but who have I got on the bench? Okay, I got Peterson and Bellinger on the bench, which I think is kind of. Well, this was before Bellinger went absolutely nuts during the regular season, so that means he probably doesn't have. He's okay against left-handed pitching, but he's not. He doesn't have, the even splits that I expected him to. But then again, I to go hit however many home runs he hit this past season and basically hit all of them off a different pitcher. Like, it was something like, I forgot, I don't know how many home runs he hit. I'm pretty sure he hit at least like 45 or so, maybe a few more than that. And each one came off a different pitcher. I mean, I would have expected there to be at least 2 home runs off one pitcher. I would also expect that to be expect that to have this has not happened before, but maybe it has, or maybe it's I don't even know. Like there was like in last night's game in the ALCS, marked the first time. Well, actually, 2 things happened for the first time that I'm kind of surprised had never happened before. The first one is that the Yankees have played. That last night marked the 405th game that the Yankees, 405th postseason game that the Yankees have played in their history. It is the first time in any one of those postseason games that they hit 2 home runs in the first inning. Crazy, and even crazier is the fact that it was the first postseason game in baseball history, or the first LCS game in postseason history, that all of the runs that were scored came in the first inning. I was about to say first postseason game, but then I remembered that there was a Game 5 of the 2011 NLDS between Philadelphia and St. Louis, a game like that, where St. Louis scored a run in the top of the first inning and then won the game 1-0. That was an incredible pitching duel between Chris Carpenter and Roy Halladay. May he rest in peace. And Halladay's a card I would love to have in the game too, because I always whenever I created myself as a pitcher in this game, I would always use his windup because I thought it was the best. Yeah, good eye there. Let's see, where do we go with here? He's 6 pitches in a row. Let's see if the computer knows what it's talking about. And what do you know? It worked. Let's try it again. I like sliders. It says No, so it's not gonna, probably not a good idea to throw multiple pitches, you know, in a row. Let's see here. That caught a lot more of the plate than I wanted to, but I got away with it. Yeah, it's middle center cut. Every time I hear that, every time I hear the word center cut, all I can think of is, why do I suddenly want a big juicy steak? Because they're delicious. There's another one. Trying to throw sliders inside is always a risk, and for some reason I always feel like it's more of a risk trying to throw that than trying to throw a slider outside. Maybe that's just because I'm used to trying to throw sliders low and outside from a right-hander to a right-hander, that I just pretty much know what it takes. But throwing an inside slider, an inside slider, that's just... That's just, wait, is this still wood? Yeah, wood's still in it. Who, of course, played for the Dodgers last year. That's a double. That important leadoff man is in scoring position. And this is basically pretty much the guy you want. Although he hasn't been pulling his weight in this series. In fact, he's... No, you can't. That's... They don't show it. I mean, it doesn't really matter here, but for some reason I thought they showed a player's height and weight here. It says on the info section, but I guess not. But whatever his weight is, I got to imagine it's higher than 182. Well, that's at least going to get him over to third, so it's a productive out. So this is Chris Taylor. Infield is going to be drawn in. Let's look. So let's see if we can look for a pitch up. We get a pitch up, and if that's Puig, then we're not going to send him. Because obviously Puig didn't finish the season with Cincinnati, but you know, we got another good hitter up. This is another chance to drive in a run, so let's see if we can get a base hit here. Oh. Let's see, let's see what Floro or Baez. Let's put Floro up. Is there another lefty? No. Even though I don't think that this is that much of a danger here, but we shall see. It was just on the edge of the strike zone, so that means it could very well have been... Yeah, definitely not throwing a cutter up and in. That just seems like a bad idea. Puig, of course, famously known for reverse splits. Oh, is he? I thought he was going to say it again. Let's see, Didn't, it's not facing him. Okay, if he doesn't put this in play, never mind. I was just about ready to give him something up and in. It says to bust him up and in with a fastball, but he swung and missed, making it irrelevant. Who also did not finish the season with the Reds. Ooh. That ball, that's my drop, yeah. Late CS. And on, which means the pitcher spot is on deck. And strike 3. Is this Barnes? Let's see, might be time for a double switch here with the pitcher's spot up next. Let's see, we're gonna... Let's see, I think what we'll do is we'll move Pollock over to over to right field, or move Pollock over to left. Pinch hit Bellinger for Buehler. Move Pollock over to center, or no, move Pollock over to right, to left, and then when that's, I'll look at, think of it then. Let's see, Bellinger. So why does that? No, I definitely want to get him an extra run, because given the way Jensen closed out the season, I really don't have much confidence in him. But you know, what do you do in baseball? You bring in your closer in the ninth when it's a save situation. It's what happens. You know. Okay, base hit. I'm like, what's that line they say in the Geico commercials? It's what you do. They started showing that one again. The one where you talk about making poor decisions in a horror movie. Maybe because we got Halloween coming up in a few weeks. Or no, actually almost, not even, less than a few weeks. It's in like 12 days. Okay, double switch. Now let's see if we can get some extra confidence for him. I think that's enough warm-up toss. Let's see. Manager, defensive. Okay, now let's have Pollock and Bellinger swap positions. The Jensen that I need right there. Okay. Out number 2. Now Jesse Winker. Strike 2 and strike 3. 2-0 series lead. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Now it's time to head down to Cincinnati.
A team that jumps out to a 2-2 lead in a 7-game series. They've won that series about 83% of the time. That's super interesting right there, Dan. And that's all well and good. But the way I look at it, only 50% of the work is done right now. They've still got to win 2 more games against a very good team who is now going to be fighting out of a corner. You can never get comfortable in postseason baseball.
Yeah, well, I have my own very unprofessional opinions there, and that mainly involves the team I'm up against.
Heidi, you spoke to some of them earlier. What was the mindset of this group headed into this game?
They jumped out to a 2-7-game series, but they seem anything but satisfied. One team leader told me that we believe the only thing that could beat us in this series is ourselves. The key to not doing that is staying in the right frame of mind. It's going to come out as hard today. We have got to be ready.
Top of the 6th inning, another scoreless tie. And a base hit off of Tanner Rourke. Now, so many players in this. In this March to October are now not as. Here we are in the postseason, and now here they are playing for somebody else that they didn't. Rourke ultimately ended up in Oakland. 1-0. I always note that with just a hint of amusement. Anybody else think that? Just something I always thought of. Well, it'll move the runner over. And Bellinger is up, so that means yeah, we're gonna try it. And got it. It says now Peterson. Well, I make it my personal objective not to strike out in this at-bat. That's not a strikeout. It's an out, but it's not a strike. I see this as an absolute win. Even though that's actually not Even though that's not really what that scene says, supposedly. And
It's 1-2 now.
These are training teams morale. The pitcher wants to go out, throw that shutdown inning, and give it a back.
okay, now time to be careful. Oh, he does have a changeup. It's a circle change. I thought that was a. Why did I think that was a like a knuckle curve? One, two. Alright, let's get this third out. There's another base hit. That double play looks big now. Puig stealing? Take that. Says wouldn't figure him a base stealer. Okay, time to.
Red center fielder in front with a 2-0 count.
And there we go.
Number 7.
Okay, so the pitcher spot is up next. Let's see, who have we... I don't have any confidence in either of those guys. Yeah, let's go with freeze. Exercise patience at the plate. And then swings at the first pitch. Alright, alright. Says of all the guys I had to bring in, I had to bring the guy with the really slow, deliberate one. It says pitch even out of the stretch.
I love the fact that this batter continues to be aggressive, but after striking out twice already, maybe he's got to take a step back, see the ball a little bit deeper, and willing to work deep into the count.
All right, time for the change-up. Okay, fastball. Try another slider. No leadoff walk, as he has retired. Okay, fun fact. I went to the same high school as Derek Dietrich. In fact, he and I were classmates in pre-calculus. It says I was also classmates with the son of former major leaguer and former Red Sox manager John Farrell, his son Shane. And now, I didn't even see what his name was. He's going to be out number 3, inning over. And with the top of the order coming up here in the 8th inning, it's time to put this one away. At least that's what I want. At least that's the intent. That'll be the intent, at least. Yeah. Too much air. Oh, that's okay. Okay, maybe can we get another 2-out base hit, get that run back? I was hoping Bellinger would be up now, but Muncy will do. Says high curveball. That could drop, and he's gonna score. So we do get the run back. And now here's the guy I really wanted up. Let's see if he can do the damage. No. But we got a run. So I'm satisfied. Let's see if we can get one more inning out of Floro. But if we have to use Baez, hey, it is what it is. I don't think they're going to give him that now. Pop up. Wild territory. It was like a jam shot that somehow had just enough on it to get into no man's land.
You can see what he's trying to do right there. Situation, 2 balls down in the zone.
Just cut the bottom of the zone. You're saying? All right, It says time for a jock jack. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get it. I know that was stupid, but the point still stands. If I can get a home run here, that would be really good. But you have to give me a pitch in the strike zone before I actually swing at it. Never mind. That should be an extra base hit. I'm gonna double, and I got it. Good thing he threw the third. Although I think I would have made it back safely, even if he did throw to second. That's another base hit. Time to be aggressive. Off. Like the video's getting choppy on me, so we're gonna pause right here and then resume again later. So, well, I'll see if I can combine this into the, mix the two videos together, because I wanted to get all this in one upload.